The new year is upon us, and I know that you want to improve your financial situation. You want to set all of these money goals, but you don't know where to start. You don't even know what goals to begin with. This video is for you. So in this video, I will share with you 15 money goals that you can set for the coming year and ways to achieve them. And now I know that you are starting to get stressed that, oh my god, 15 goals. Nope. You don't have to do everything. Figure out the one that would fit your situation right now. At least start somewhere. You don't have to do everything. Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel I share information on finance, entrepreneurship and lifestyle. If you're returning, welcome back. Please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you're yet to do so. Create a budget and stick to it. I know a lot of people think about budget from a restrictive point of view. Budgeting is not a trap. It's meant to be a tool that will help you manage your finances properly. You don't want to be that person that worked very hard all throughout the year and you don't know where your money went to. You can't even pinpoint what exactly you spent your money on. So you want to make sure that you create a budget. That way you can see holistically your income, your expenses, your savings, your bills, and all of these things that your money is going towards. And creating a budget doesn't just end there. You also have to make sure that you stick to your budget. This is the most important part of actually having a budget, not just having a budget for the sake of it. Next is for you to pay off your debt. Start planning towards how you want to pay off. If it's your credit card, your line of credit, your student loan, medical bills, any kind of debt that you currently have right now, you can plan towards how you can pay them off. My personal recommendation would be to start with the high interest debts, most especially your credit card, because they usually have like 22%, 21% interest rate, which would send you, like, it's literally cutting off from your monthly savings. So try to start paying off your debt or strategize towards how you can pay them off. Fix your money mindset. Yep, some people have abundance mindset, some people have scarcity mindset. A lot of us are in between. This is something that I personally had to work on in the year 2023. One thing that I will always do is I find it easy to give people stuff, but when it comes to spending money on myself, I find it quite challenging. So that was something that I was intentional about improving this year, and I started by gifting myself every single month, and I did that from January to December. Amazing. And it just made me start to see money in a different light. So think about, how do you feel about money? Ask yourself question, what does money mean to you? Do you think of it from a scarcity point of view or abundance, that money will keep coming to you? You would always be better, you will always be richer. And try to get yourself to start to think about money from the abundance point of view. It will really change a lot of things for you. Next is to create a financial plan. Where do you see your finances in the next couple of years? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? You can set a long-term financial plan. You can set a 1-year financial plan. It doesn't really matter, whichever one that would work best for your situation right now. At least start with something. So it's very important for you to take some time to create a financial plan. Make sure to also write it down. Where do you want to be 5 years from now? Do you want to have this much asset? Do you want to have this much debt? Do you want to have this much liability? Write them down holistically and be specific about what you want in your financial life. Next is for you to save for emergencies. If you don't have an emergency fund, now is the time for you to start saving towards it. Life can be unpredictable and you don't know when the need would arise. So it's highly recommended that you have an emergency savings or an emergency fund, which is usually 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. Another money goal would be for you to start investing. I know people think about investing as, oh, it's just for rich people. You need to be rich, you need to have enough money, you need to be financially savvy for you to start investing. Trust me, you do not have to. You can start with as little as $1 to invest. And once you contribute $1 consistently, it's going to compound and it's going to grow. So start somewhere. Don't think about it like, oh, when I settle or set off some things, then I can start investing. But also, I always recommend that compare your debt and if it's a right time for you to start investing, because sometimes you find that you investing first of all might hinder you from paying off your debt, and you might have higher interest debt. So see, if the interest rate on your debt is really low, you can still start investing on the side. But if you feel like the interest rate on your debt is very high and the reward or the return that you'll be getting on investing is not enough, then you should probably prioritize paying off your debt. I want you to also think about investing as a way to grow what you own. You are growing your savings, you are building wealth, you are growing your finances, changing your life. Don't think about investing as something that it's only for people that are wealthy or people that are financially savvy. Absolutely not. Next, you need to start saving for retirement. Nobody wants to grow old and have to call their friends or family or seeking loan just to figure out life or to just to get by, like things like food, your basic necessity. Absolutely not. You've worked really hard in the early stage of your life and you don't want to continue to do that up until you are old, and like you don't want to do that for your life. So try to start saving for your retirement early. If you work with an organization that offers retirement benefits, definitely take advantage of it. If they have things like retirement matching or RSP matching or contribution, take advantage of it. Maximize as much as possible. So start saving towards your retirement using your RSP if you're in Canada, or your 401k if you're in the US. Next is to start saving to purchase a home. Obviously, this is not for everybody. If you want to buy a home in the near future or few years down the line, or even within the next 1 year, it's very important for you to have your down payment, which is sometimes up to 20% or 10% or 5%, depending on the kind of property you are buying. This is an example of a money goal that you can also have. Even if you are not buying it now, you can start saving towards it. And if you are someone that you feel like you personally prefer to rent a property continuously, that's fine. If you want to own a property maybe for investment purposes, that's also fine. Just decide and see what would work best for you. Most importantly, I'm just sharing this as a money goal that you could have if it's something that you think you want for yourself. Next is for you to build a second income stream. This is my personal favorite goal to work on because nobody wants to continue to depend on one income. You don't know what will happen. Anything can switch up at any point in time. So you want to make sure that you start to build your second income stream, which could be to have a side hustle, start a business, work on your passion project, or even get a second job. There is nothing wrong with getting a second job. I've had 2 jobs at different points in time in my life, and I was able to make money from it. If it's something that is important for you, try to start working on it. Having multiple streams of income is the way to go right now. You don't want to be solely dependent on just one income. So plan and see how you can build a second income stream. Next is for you to increase your 9-to-5 income. Again, not everybody wants to work multiple jobs. Not everybody wants to have a job, a side hustle, or a job, a business. I get it. But what you can do is to increase the income from your 9-to-5 or your primary income. Find ways that you can upskill or job hop or just do something that would help you increase the income that you can potentially earn from your primary income stream. I always advise people to not stay on one job for longer than a year. Once it's a year, switch jobs. This is the best way for you to grow your income in your career, because most jobs would only increase their salary by 2 to 3% every year, which is not even enough for up to inflation rate. So switch jobs as frequent as possible, hop between jobs as quickly as you can, and that will be a very good way for you to increase your income. Increase your net worth. This is another money goal that you can start working towards in the coming year. Work on increasing what you actually own and reducing what you owe. Let's say you have your debt, your credit card bills, and all of these things that you owe, and that comes up to about $500. Then your current net worth would be $500, which is the difference between $1,000 and $500. I hope that makes sense. Next goal is for you to save for travel. This is also my personal favorite. Some of us want to explore the world when you're away. I know that feeling. You want to see different places in the world, you want to travel, you want to do all of these things. But one thing that is injuring you is the finances. I get it, but you can save towards traveling. That is one thing I always do. How I like to plan my travel is I figure out all of the places that I want to travel early on, and I figure out how much it will cost me to travel to those places, and I start to work backwards. That's literally how you do it. Work backwards and start saving. How much do you need to save from your bi-weekly paycheck, or how much do you need to save on a monthly basis to help you reach your travel goal? You don't have to travel in the year that you actually start saving. You can plan to travel like 3 years from now, 2 years from now, 1 year from now, and start saving from now. If you need to create a travel sinking fund, if you need to create a travel budget or a travel goal, plan and save towards. Next is to save towards your kids' future. Do you want your kids to go to college or university debt-free? This is the time for you to start saving towards their future. You don't have to put in a lot of money, especially if they are still really young, but you can create a savings plan for them and start to save small between you and your partner, or just yourself. Either ways, just start to save towards their future so that they will not have to go through financial stress just because they want to go to school. This is something that some parents like to do, and I really encourage it as well. So start saving for your kids in their RESP account. That's the Registered Education Savings Plan. Take advantage of it because you can also invest that money and make returns tax-free. Next money goal will be to automate your finances. This one is also very important. This is something that has really helped me in my finances. Try to put everything on autopilot, auto save, auto invest, auto pay, all of these things that you need to do with your money. If you are somebody that you would forget things and you don't really like going back to your budget and tracking every single thing, I highly recommend you just put everything on autopilot so that you don't have to manage or micromanage or spend too much time doing all of these things. So you can automate your savings, set a specific amount that will go into your savings account on specified dates. So maybe you know that you get paid on the 15th or you get paid bi-weekly. Just set a specific date that this savings amount should go towards there. Things like your bills as well, maybe your rent, your phone bills, your utilities, insurance, all of these things, you can schedule the payment and set them there so that you don't have to always try to remember to pay them, because when you forget, then you start to pay interest on it. Trust me, you're trying to save all of the money that you can and you don't want to pay money on interest. So if you can, automate it, and if it's something that you cannot automate, set reminders on your phone so that you would remember to go and do them. And lastly, invest in financial education. Self-development is key. Financial literacy is very, very important. You want to know how to manage your finances. You want to know how to make the most out of your finances. Let your money work for you, and the only way for you to do that is to seek financial education. Now, I'm not saying you should go and get a financial advisor or start paying ridiculous amount of money just to speak to somebody to get financial education. There are free information online that you can utilize. Another way to improve your finances would be to get an accountability partner. It could be your friend, it could be your partner, it could be your family, anyone that is close to you that you can work together. And if you feel like you don't have anybody, you have me. That is why I'm starting an accountability group to help people cut costs, save more, and grow their finances. If you had followed my no spend challenge, you would see that I was able to cut costs and save for 30 straight days without going over my budget. And I shared this with people on the internet, and a lot of people were interested in this, and this has led to me creating an accountability group for the coming year. Trust me, it's going to be amazing. We're going to all work together to achieve certain money goals. I'll also help you identify the money goals that you're looking to work towards and help you reach them. Remember, accountability is the glue that ties commitment to the result. This is a very interesting quote that I love. You have all of these things that you want to do. You have all of this. You want to stay consistent with your finances. You have all these big goals that you have set for yourself, but there's nobody to remind you. There's nobody to keep you in check. Then how do you attain that result? Being self-motivated alone sometimes is never enough, so you might need somebody to keep you accountable. Click on the link that I have in the description or the pinned comment to find out more about joining the accountability group. Now, we have shared 15 straight goals that you can work towards in the coming year. Let's quickly talk through how you can actually achieve them, because setting this goal is not just enough. You need to work towards achieving them. The first thing would be to set SMART goals. Make sure your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. You don't want to just set goals without having all of these things checked off. Otherwise, you are not going to be working towards something. So make sure that you check off all of the requirements for you to be considered a SMART goal. Anyway, that's about it for this video. If you learned something, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Don't hesitate to share with people that you feel like will find this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.